So, welcome back to my scrappy Advent journal. Let me just pull up a pew. So, I wanted to come on and talk to you a bit more about this and how I work in this kind of little junk journal. I call it a scrappy journal that we made with recycle materials. If you haven't seen that video, then you can go back and watch it later. So I did a video on how I made this journal out of bits and pieces in my recycling stash, and yeah, I thought I'd just come on today and we can have a little play in it and work it up a bit more, to the end of making it even simpler when we want to just open a page and create. So life happens, doesn't it, really? I really wanted to make this video yesterday on the 1st of December for Advent, so that we could get right stuck in there if you're using your scrappy journal for some Advent journaling. But I had a sick child at home, and so I didn't do any journaling yesterday, and that's sort of what happens with me. I don't know whether you're the same. You have like a nice, so I've got a nice little plan here of Advent words that I might use, and you know, there they are all listed out with the dates, and straight away I'm falling behind, and that can feel a bit stressful, can't it? But I deliberately now try and take the pressure off when I'm doing this kind of things, and there's various tips that I use for doing that, which I might talk to you about later. So I guess what I'm saying is, what we want is when we come to this journal and we open it up, and we've got 10 minutes, 20 minutes if we're lucky to do our Advent journaling for the day, a little pocket of time. We want it to be super simple, don't we? And not to feel like this is completely unachievable. And so I was going to just work up this journal, or a few pages in this journal, a little bit more, so that we have a better starting point for our daily or every other day or twice a weekly journaling practice. So in terms of adding more to these pages and working in it generally, one thing you can think about, as well as if you've got a theme like Advent for this journal, whether you want a colour palette or anything else visually that's going to have some cohesion throughout the whole book. The nice thing about that is that if you've got yourself a little collection of supplies in a colour palette, that you can stuff those in one of these, I like to use these ziploc type things, or even like a large pencil case if you're going quite minimalist, and you can stick all your supplies for this journal in one folder. And again, that makes it easy for you, doesn't it, when you want to sit down and get going. You don't have to think about colour. Your supplies are just there, ready to go. Because this is quite a sort of diversion for me in terms of colour, I'm feeling still quite nervous about it, to be honest, and committing to it. So the other option is just to keep it neutral, which I think I'm probably going to do, at least to start with, to get my courage up in working in this journal. It's intimidating, isn't it? Going into a journal for the first time is always intimidating, and even me, who's been doing this for decades, it still feels like, oh, are we going to make a mistake? So you've just got to dive in there with whatever feels the most comfortable. And for me, that is probably neutral collage, because we've all basically already got that going on here, haven't we, with all these lovely scrappy pages that we used. It's all fairly neutral, a bit vintagey, and that's my comfort zone. So don't be afraid to start in your comfort zone and work from there. So I'm going to pull out just a few bits of neutral collage. So I think I'm just going to use a glue stick for ease. You could use a gel medium, but I'm just going to start off nice and easy just to break myself in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through sticking like one or two things on a number of spreads. I probably won't even do all the spreads. So I'm just going to plop that there. And I feel like that's made a start on that page. It's taken me one step forward towards making a journal page that I won't have to do later when I'm in a rush and I'm already behind on my Advent words and I'm panicking. So I'm not really thinking about this. This is, you could do this in front of the telly, couldn't you? It's really quite relaxed. Well, I find it very relaxing. Just adding, I'm just going to flip now to here, maybe stick this one on. And by adding the same type of collage paper in different spots in your journal, not on every page, but dotted about like this, you start creating that coherence throughout your journal, which if you're doing a project like Advent or whatever it is you're doing, it's quite nice, isn't it? And also by putting it over the fold, the centre fold like that, you are just creating a bit more structural, what's the word? Just making it a bit stronger structurally as well. So that's something to think about. And the other thing you're doing when you go across the fold is you're actually joining these two pages together. And because I like to work in a spread, so that will be day 14 or whatever it'll be, to start relating those two pages is a good thing to do. So let's do another. We don't want to get composting, I don't think, do we? So let's go back in with some of this. So you can cover up things you don't like. Like that. Shall I be super brave and use that side of the pink? Yeah, let's do it. The good news is, folks, that you can always cover it up. That is the joy. The joy, joy, joy of the art journaling, the mixed media art journaling, is that nothing has to be permanent. There's no such thing as mistakes. We don't need to worry about it. So anyway, you're probably bored of me watching me do collage. Let's move on. Another really nice thing to do is to use washi tape. I've got my bag of washi tape here. Oh, look, that's nice, but there's none left. Some nice, diamonds. I kind of like that, a little bit of bling. Ooh, should we go for that? And this is so easy to add to the page, isn't it? Just a little bit here and there. Again, if you don't want to commit to a colour, use some black and white washi tape. You can use it across the page like this to get that connection going. It's going to look great underneath a purple word. So that might, now I'm loving that, that might go in my little kit, you see, with my Neo colours and whatever paint or whatever I'm going for. Don't know why I'm putting these all horizontal. You can totally put them vertically. That works for you. And, double them up and put lots of bits on. Okay, so you get the idea. You can add some washi tape. You can add some collage, you can add some washi tape. What else can we add? Oops, sorry, I just hit my tripod. Oh, leave my ribbon there. You can add some stamping. So I've got this cute little stamp here that says peace. We all need a bit of peace at Christmas. Excuse me, I might have to have a sip of something. I'm about to start an extremely strict elimination diet, to see if I can get my health under control. And I'm not allowed a tea or coffee on this diet. Please pray for me, friends. I am such a caffeine addict, particularly tea, actually. So yes, this may be my last cup of coffee for quite some time. Not even allowed decaf. So if you have any recommendations for really nice herbal teas, fruit teas, things like that, then do let me know. So again, I'm not going to do this on every page. I'm just going to do it here and there. It's just a nice thing to see, isn't it? Peace and a dove. You know, nice to open your page Even if it gets covered up in the process. How nice to open your page for the day and go, yes, Lord, peace. Come, Holy Spirit. So we'll have a bit of that here and there. Okay. Now, the other idea you could do, and now I'm going to get a bit messy, is you could do add some paint. Actually, let's add some scribbles first. You could add some scribbles. A scribble is a wonderful way to get a page started. This is a Neo colour in Prussian blue, and it's one of my favourites. Okay, so a scribble just looks like this. I just come in from one side of the page and I hold it quite loosely and I wiggle it around and it comes off like that. And again, that's joining those two pages together and it's made a start. Or you could come down like this. I feel like this could have a kind of diagonal vibe to it. And these Neo colours are beautiful. They're water activated. So if I had some water, which I don't, I've got baby wipe though. I could show you with a baby wipe. So any way of making these damp. See how the colours change in there. Spread the colour around a bit more. But we can, you know, we don't need to activate them today. We can do that when we're actually doing our page. There we go. Just some mark making. Any kind of mark. Oh, look, I've just broken it. Any kind of marks that make you happy. I'm not much of a doodler, to be honest with you. I'm a scribbler, not a doodler. I don't know what that tells you about me. Let's do something across the bottom of these. Oh, that's nice. I love that dark blue with that craft brownie colour. That's lovely. And here, do something loopy maybe. Okay, that'll do. So I've done some scribbles. Okay, and let's finish with a little bit of stenciling, I think. I'm going to use white to do my stenciling. So again, I'm not committing myself too much to what's going on. And I'm going to use gesso. This is gesso. And I'm going to use a little bit of a credit card to get my gesso out. Am I still in shot? Yeah. And onto the page. So I'm basically doing white on white here, which isn't going to show you much, but it has provided a really cool texture. And of course, if you do it on the darker background, like the craft paper, look at that, that looks amazing. And it looks like snow as well. It's reminding me of snow and winter. So I'm really liking that. Yeah. Right, the problem we have now is that if we want to turn the page, we need to wait for it to dry, which is a bit of a problem when I'm doing a live video. I should have thought of that. So I will just stick any old thing in there, I think. Just let me find a bit of scrap paper. Maybe these jellyfish. So it's going to squidge it a bit, but hey. Let's try again here. Don't have to do this all over the page, just do it in some little places. Oh, that'd be so cool. Drop that in there. And I also have this little tool. Let me find another page. Is there one we haven't done anything on? Is there a page we haven't done anything on yet? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit of gesso out. I don't know if this is going to work actually with gesso. I've got this little tool here. You may have seen me use this before. This was sold in like a Home Bargains, I think, as a facial massager. But I think it is a neat little tool for making some really fun marks on your page. Don't know if they still have them. I bought it earlier this year, I think. But yeah, beauty products are a fun thing that you can definitely repurpose as art supplies. Like that. Right, so hopefully that's given you some more ideas of how to work up your scrappy journal a little bit, so that it's more ready to go for your daily journaling. I am hoping to be back maybe later today to do an actual page for Advent. Seeing as Advent is galloping away from me, I need to get on with it and start making my pages. So I will do that too if I manage to get around to it today. So if you're enjoying this and you would like to see how I made this journal, go and check out the How to Make a Scrappy Journal video. I will link that in the description below. And if you have enjoyed hearing me describe this process for you, then please do hit the subscribe button and maybe leave me a comment and let me know, have you started your Advent journaling? And if you have not, welcome to my club. It's okay, we're all in this together. No judgment. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you shortly. Bye.